Watching gardeners miss the October planting window and then wonder why their spring harvest is half of what it could be. I'm about to share 15 vegetables that are basically printing fresh produce for you right now, and most people are completely ignoring them. Hey there, garden friend. Welcome back if you've been here before. And if you're new, you've just walked into the coziest corner of YouTube where we grow amazing food without emptying our wallets. I'm so glad you're here because today we're talking about something that literally makes or breaks your gardening success for the next 6 months. All right, let's get growing. You know what keeps me up at night? Watching gardeners miss the October planting window and then wonder why their spring harvest is half of what it could be. I'm about to share 15 vegetables that are basically printing fresh produce for you right now, and most people are completely ignoring them. Stick around because number 11 is going to change how you think about winter gardening forever. Vegetable number 1 is garlic. Let's start with the absolute champion of October planting, and that's garlic. Now, I know you've seen garlic in stores, but here's what nobody tells you. When you plant garlic in October, you're giving it time to develop a strong root system before winter hits. Come spring, while other gardeners are just thinking about garlic, yours is already established and growing like crazy. Here's the move. Grab some garlic bulbs, ideally from a garden center or online supplier, not the grocery store, because those are often treated to prevent sprouting. Break them into individual cloves, plant them about 2 inches deep with the pointy end up, space them 6 inches apart, and you're done. Next summer, you'll be pulling up bulbs that would cost you $20 at a farmer's market. One bulb turns into an entire head. That's what I call garden magic. The best part? Garlic actually needs that cold period. It literally won't form proper bulbs without it. So October planting isn't just good, it's necessary. Number 2 is broad beans. And if you've never tried growing these, you're missing out on one of the toughest, most reliable crops you can plant. These things laugh at frost. I'm talking about temperatures that would make other plants wave the white flag, and broad beans just keep pushing through. Plant them about 2 inches deep, give them some space, maybe 8 inches between each seed, and they'll germinate even when the soil is cool. By spring, you'll have plants that are already knee-high, while your neighbors are just planting their warm season crops. Here's the kicker. Broad beans fix nitrogen in the soil. That means they're actually improving your garden while they grow. When you're done harvesting, chop the plants down and leave the roots in the ground. Free fertilizer for whatever you plant next. You're basically getting paid to grow food. How cool is that? All right, number 3 is winter lettuce varieties, and this is where people's minds get blown. Yes, you can have fresh salad greens in the middle of winter. I'm not talking about some sad, wilted leaves. I mean crisp, delicious lettuce that tastes better than anything you'll find in a store. The trick is choosing the right varieties. Look for ones labeled as winter hardy or cold tolerant. Arctic King, Winter Density, and the North Pole are my favorites. Plant these seeds now, and they'll grow slowly through the cooler months, which actually makes them sweeter because they're not stressed by heat. You can harvest leaves as you need them, and the plant keeps producing. Imagine stepping outside on a January morning, cutting fresh lettuce, and making a salad that didn't cost you $3 for a plastic container. That's the kind of luxury that October planting gives you. And honestly, once you taste lettuce that's been kissed by frost, you'll never look at grocery store greens the same way again. Number 4 is onion sets. And if you want big, beautiful onions next summer, October is your moment. Onion sets are basically baby onions that are ready to go. You just pop them in the ground, pointy side up, about an inch deep, and let them do their thing. They'll sit there through winter, developing roots underground where you can't see them, and when spring arrives, they explode into growth. By the time summer rolls around, you're harvesting onions that are twice the size of what spring planted sets would give you. And here's a little secret. You can also plant them slightly closer together and harvest some as spring onions. Super tender, super flavorful, and you're still left with plenty that will mature into full-size bulbs. 2 crops from 1 planting. That's what I call garden cheat code. The best part, garlic actually needs that cold period. It literally won't form proper bulbs without it. So October planting isn't just good, it's necessary. Number 5 is spinach. And honestly, this might be the easiest thing on this entire list. Spinach seeds are tough, they germinate in cool soil, and the plants can handle serious cold. We're talking about temperatures in the 20s, and spinach just keeps going. Scatter the seeds in rows or blocks, Cover them lightly with soil, water them in, and walk away. They'll pop up within a week or two, and you can start harvesting leaves whenever they're big enough to eat. The more you pick, the more they produce. It's like the plant is rewarding you for paying attention to it. October planted spinach also tastes incredible because the cold weather concentrates the sugars in leaves. It's sweet, it's tender, and it makes store-bought spinach taste like cardboard in comparison. Plus, spinach is expensive at the grocery store, so you're saving real money every time you harvest a handful of leaves from your garden. Vegetable number 6 is kale, the absolute superhero of winter vegetables. This stuff gets sweeter after frost hits it. I know kale has this reputation for being tough and bitter, but that's only if you're growing it in hot weather. Cold weather kale is a completely different experience. Plant transplants or seeds now, and they'll establish before the real cold arrives. Kale keeps producing all winter long. Just pick the outer leaves, and the center keeps growing new ones. One plant can feed you for months, and we're talking about kale that costs $5 a bunch at grocery stores. Plant 6 plants, and you're looking at endless free greens. Here's what I love about kale. It's almost impossible to kill. Snow? Kale doesn't care. Ice? Still growing. You can literally brush snow off the leaves, harvest them, and cook them up. It's like having a grocery store in your backyard that never closes and never charges you. And if you've got kids who claim they don't like vegetables, try giving them kale chips made from garden fresh leaves. Game changer. Vegetable number 7 is peas, specifically overwintering varieties, and this is where most gardeners don't realize they're missing out. These are different from your typical spring peas. Plant them now. They'll germinate quickly, grow a bit, then basically pause during the coldest months. When spring hits, they wake up and start producing peas weeks before anyone else's peas are even flowering. Look for varieties labeled as fall planting or overwintering. They're bred to handle what's coming. Plant them about an inch deep, give them something to climb on eventually, and let nature do its thing. By March or April, when your neighbors are just planting peas, you're harvesting them. There's something deeply satisfying about being that far ahead. Plus, early peas taste sweeter because they're maturing in cool weather instead of racing against summer heat. Vegetable number 8 is radishes, and these are perfect for impatient gardeners or if you've got kids who want to see fast results. Some varieties are ready in as little as 3 weeks. Plant seeds now, and you'll be harvesting before Thanksgiving. Radishes love cool weather, and they actually taste better when grown in fall because they're not stressed by heat. Hot weather radishes can be woody and super spicy. Fall radishes? Crisp, mild, and absolutely perfect for salads or just eating straight from the garden. Plus, radishes break up compacted soil while they grow. They're doing double duty, improving your soil structure for whatever you plant next spring. And here's a bonus, radish greens are edible too. Toss them in a stir-fry or a salad, you're getting 2 vegetables from 1 seed. Okay, we're halfway through this list, and I'm genuinely curious. Which of these vegetables are you most excited to try in your garden? Drop a comment below and let me know, because I love hearing what you're growing. And if you're getting value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We're dropping garden tips like this every single week, and honestly, the community we're building here is amazing. You don't want to miss what's coming next. All right, let's keep rolling because the next few vegetables are absolute game changers. Vegetable number 9 is arugula, and if you like that peppery kick in your salads, you need to plant this right now. Arugula grows fast, it loves cool weather, and it's one of those crops that just keeps giving. Plant seeds now, and you'll be harvesting leaves in about 3 weeks. The cool thing about arugula is that it actually gets milder and sweeter in cold weather. Summer arugula can blow your head off with how spicy it is, but fall and winter arugula, it's got this perfect balance of pepper and nuttiness. You can cut leaves as you need them, and the plant keeps producing. One small patch can keep you fresh greens for months. And here's a money-saving tip. Arugula at the store costs a fortune for a tiny container that goes bad in like 2 days. Growing your own means you're harvesting exactly what you need, when you need it, and it's always fresh. No more throwing away wilted greens. That alone probably saves you a couple $100s over the season. Vegetable number 10 is turnips. And I know what you're thinking. Turnips sound old-fashioned, right? But hear me out, because these are seriously underrated. Turnips grow fast, they're cold-hardy, and you get 2 crops from one plant, the roots and the greens. Plant seeds about a ½ inch deep, thin them to about 4 inches apart, and they'll be ready to harvest in about 2 months. The roots are sweet and mild when grown in cool weather, nothing like those bitter things you might remember from childhood. Roast them, mash them, add them to soups. They're incredibly versatile. But here's where it gets really good. Turnip greens are packed with nutrients, and they taste amazing. Southern cooks have known this forever, but the rest of us are just catching on. Sauté them with garlic, throw them in a stir-fry, or add them to pasta. You're basically getting 2 vegetables for the price of 1 packet of seeds. And turnips store well, so you can harvest a bunch and keep them in a cool place for weeks. Vegetable number 11, chard. Number 11 is Swiss chard, and this is the one I promised would change how you think about winter gardening. Chard is basically indestructible. It handles cold, it handles heat, it keeps producing for months, and it looks absolutely beautiful while doing it. We're talking about bright stems in rainbow colors that make your garden look like art. Plant seeds or transplants now, and they'll establish before winter. Then, they'll keep producing leaves all winter long. Just harvest the outer leaves and the center keeps growing. One plant can give you fresh greens for 6 months or more. And chard is one of those vegetables that's expensive at stores, but ridiculously easy to grow. Here's what makes chard special. Unlike spinach or lettuce that might struggle in a hard freeze, chard just shrugs it off. I've seen chard plants buried under snow, and when it melts, they pop right back up like nothing happened. If you want one crop that guarantees you fresh greens through winter, chard is your answer. Plant it once and forget about it. Well, except for harvesting, which you'll be doing a lot. Vegetable number 12, carrots. And October-planted carrots are legitimately some of the best tasting carrots you'll ever grow. Plant seeds now, and they'll germinate while the soil is still warm. They'll grow slowly through fall and winter, which gives them time to develop deep, complex flavors. Here's the secret. Carrots that mature in cold weather convert starches to sugars to protect themselves from freezing. That means sweeter carrots. We're talking about candy-level sweetness straight from the dirt. And you can leave them in the ground all winter. They're basically self-storing. Just mulch them heavily and pull them as you need them. Some varieties are specifically bred for fall planting and overwintering. Look for names like Winter King or Napoli. These are varieties that are bred to handle cold soil and slow growth. And here's a fun fact. Carrots taste even better after a few frosts. So while everyone else is buying those sad, watery carrots from the store, you're pulling up sweet, crunchy ones from your garden in January. That's the kind of flex that gets neighbors asking questions. Vegetable number 13, cabbage. And if you want a crop that feels like a real accomplishment, cabbage is it. Plant transplants now because cabbage takes a while to mature, but it's worth every day of waiting. Cabbage loves cool weather, and it actually needs exposure to cold temperatures to form tight, solid heads. Plant them about 18 inches apart because these things get big. Water them regularly while they're establishing, and then they're pretty much hands-off. By late winter or early spring, you'll be harvesting heads of cabbage that would cost you $5 each at the store. And we're talking about fresh, crisp cabbage that tastes nothing like that sulfurous stuff that's been sitting in storage for months. Use it for coleslaw, sauerkraut, stir-fries, soups, or just roast it. Roasted cabbage is absolutely incredible. And here's the thing. One cabbage plant gives you one big harvest, but that one head feeds you for multiple meals. Plant 6 cabbage plants, and you've got enough to eat fresh and maybe even try your hand at making sauerkraut, which is surprisingly easy and way cheaper than buying it. Vegetable number 14, beets. And whether you love them or hate them, you've got to respect how tough these plants are. Beets handle cold like champions. Plant seeds now, and they'll germinate quickly and grow steadily through fall. Like turnips, you get 2 crops, the roots and the greens. Beet greens are some of the most nutrient-dense leaves you can eat, and they taste way better than you would expect. Sauté them when they're young and tender, and they're sweet and mild. The roots, of course, are the main event. Roast them, pickle them, grate them raw into salads, or juice them. And here's something cool. Beets improve soil health while they grow. Their deep taproots break up compacted soil and bring nutrients up from deeper layers. When you harvest beets, you're leaving the soil better than you found it. Plus, beets store incredibly well. Harvest them in late fall, keep them in a cool place, and they'll last for months. You're basically creating your own root cellar stash without any fancy equipment. Vegetable number 15, Claytonia, also called miner's lettuce or winter purslane. This is the unique, uncommon energy I promised you. Claytonia is a cold-loving green that actually grows better in fall and winter than any other time. Plant seeds and they'll form these beautiful little rosettes of leaves. The leaves are mild, slightly sweet, and they stay tender even in freezing temperatures. You can harvest them all winter long and they keep producing. In fact, Claytonia can handle temperatures well below freezing without any protection. Here's why this is such a game changer. While everyone else thinks the salad season is over, you're out there harvesting fresh greens that taste better than anything at the store. Claytonia also self-seeds, which means once you plant it, it comes back year after year. You plant it once, and it becomes a permanent part of your winter garden. And because most people have never heard of it, you'll feel like you're in on a secret that the rest of the gardening world is missing. Trust me, once you try Claytonia, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your October planting routine. Here's the bonus. Invest in a simple cold frame or make one yourself from old windows or clear plastic sheeting. This single addition to your garden will extend your growing season by months and protect all those vegetables we just talked about. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to spend a fortune. A basic cold frame can be built for less than $50 if you're using recycled materials. We're talking about old windows from Habitat for Humanity Restore, some scrap wood, and maybe some hinges. That's it. Or you can go even simpler with some PVC pipes bent into hoops and covered with clear plastic sheeting. The point is, you don't need fancy equipment. What a cold frame does is trap heat from the sun during the day and create a microclimate that's several degrees warmer than the outside air. That means your lettuce, spinach, kale, and all those greens we talked about will keep growing through temperatures that would normally shut them down. You can harvest fresh salad on Christmas Day. I'm not exaggerating. All right, garden friend, we've covered a ton today. 15 vegetables that you can plant right now in October, plus that bonus tip that's going to transform your winter gardening game. If you made it this far, I'm genuinely grateful because I know your time is valuable and you chose to spend it here learning how to grow better food for less money. So here's what I need from you. If this video helped you, if you learned something new, or if you're feeling fired up about getting out in your garden, hit that like button. It tells YouTube that this content is worth sharing with more people, and honestly, it makes my day knowing that you got value from this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We're building an amazing community of gardeners who care about growing real food without spending a fortune. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of this community, and I'll see you in the next video where we're going to dive into how to protect these crops through the absolute coldest parts of winter. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, happy gardening, and remember, you've got this.